And what's this console doing here? Okay, command help. List available resources. From Nadia Sarabhai, Institute for Applied. Welcome to the team. Hi again, I'm sorry if I was a little odd at the meeting. I know you were nervous, but the truth is that so was I. This may be hard to believe, but you intimidate me. You're so young and you've already accomplished so much. If the situation wasn't so grim, I might even be jealous. There's also something I wanted to clarify. I realize that, nominally speaking, I'm head researcher here. But this is your project and everyone will respect that. And yes, I know, you're not used to working like this, but as of today, you're in charge. No pressure. Let's do this. Athena 6 TXT. Chapter 6. Athena in the Garden of the Hesperides. Did not trust them, but they moved with such grace, such nobility, that it was hard not to follow them further into this strange garden of gears and cogs. They led her to a place where the crowns of the brass trees seemed to grow together, forming a kind of chamber strangely reminiscent of a chapel. In the middle of this chamber grew a smaller tree made of bright blue steel, and upon this tree grew a single golden apple. This apple, the nymphs said in unison, their eyes aglow, confers the gift of deathlessness and true wisdom. Many heroes and not a few villains have come to claim it, but all faltered in the final step. For you must know that deathlessness reveals the mortality of the world, and true wisdom its unending folly. Who would take this burden upon themselves? Some say Heracles, and there's an error over there, gazing upon the stars and wept. Figure it out. The way I see it, the world doesn't come with a manual. You gotta figure it out for yourself, a bit here, a bit there, put it together, try to make sense of it. I'm pretty sure there is a truth, but that doesn't mean everyone who claims to know it really does. Then again, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. We live in an amazing world, and searching for the truth can be a real adventure. Plus, it's good for the brain. Anyway, just some rambling thoughts from your old man. Don't let this stuff get you down. You're young, you've got loads of time to figure it all out. Love, Dad. Who are these messages to? Hello guest, can I help you today? I'm sorry, but what you just wrote was nonsense. I respond best to subject-verb-object syntax. Do you understand what I'm saying? Understand is a strong way to put it, but yes. What was the first words of the last sentence you wrote? Are you able to take offense, you pointless contraption? You cannot insult me. Okay. Describe your functions then. The Milton Library Assistant is designed primarily to sort and classify data in the library archive. Secondarily, it facilitates user interaction with library resources via an intuitive human language interface. It also provides powerful networking and troubleshooting functions. What are these terminals? Terminals provide access to the library resource archive. How old are the library archives? They range from 1st of July 1995 to 27th of June 203F. Is this a complete new year? Is just the last digit replaced by an F? Or it maybe even be hexadecimal. Interesting. How long has the system been running? For 9999 years. What is the current status of the library archive? There are 47 million resources in archive, taking up 5.4212750 petabytes of disk space. That is approximately the size of 30 billion photos, 7 million minutes of HD video, the entire internet in 2003. However, the majority of library resources are corrupted or invalid. 10 point whatever this is gigabytes of uncorrupted resources are indexed. What caused the data corruption? Progressive data corruption is inevitable in any system over time. Additionally, a large number of inconsistencies were detected during sorting, leading to greater than average data invalidation. Okay. Questions on the outside world. Who is Elohim? Elohim is the noun for God or gods in modern and ancient Hebrew. What am I? You are logged in with a guest account. Where am I? You are currently in a support session with the MLA Human Language Interface module. Your library archive session will be resumed at any time. Okay. I think we did all this. Okay, interesting. Not sure what that is all about still, but I guess we'll figure it out eventually. Oh, it even points backwards, saying if I have any pieces left over there. What's this?
Step into the light, child, and my temple will be revealed to you.
Actually, let's do this first. Trio Bombasticus. Okay, and there are the little bomb dudes there. And here is a jammer. Guess I'll have to do this. Perfect. This one is done. Is there anything over here? Of course not. Poking a sleeping lion. Okay, there's the jammer. Not in the greatest of spots. And I guess there's only this jammer now. Guess I can do it like this. If I take this one without this being jammed, I'm really close to it. There we go. I guess we got all of them. Let's step into the light.
You walk now upon the stones of my temple, whence many gates lead. And know that I have other temples, for my garden is greater than your eye can encompass. And all these worlds I made for you.
Alright, got some... Oh, are these for items? Interesting. Okay, we completed worlds 1. It's that star over there. 2 stars here. Okay, let's go to world 2. Only 3 pieces here.
Let this be our covenant. These worlds are yours, and you are free to walk amongst them and subdue them. But the great tower, there you may not go. For in the day that you do, you shall surely die.
Good to know. Let's try this. Over here, lists, access com portal. Run the troubleshooter. Okay, let's go into the troubleshooting. Think you'd like help accessing network functions? The most common cause of network problems is holding insufficient account privileges. Please enter the admin password to authenticate your privileges. Would you like to create a new admin account? Okay, we'll now be asked for a series of inputs. Please complete all fields. Enter quickly. Oh, time is a factor. Begin certification program? Yes. 2 + 2, 4. What is your subjective reaction? Content. Best describes a person. Human being. You're walking through the desert and come across a thirsty traveler. His eyes bulge from slow dehydration. You have water, but you're not sure how far it is to the next oasis. What do? Offer half the water. Part 1 of the certification process is now complete. You will receive a notification when Part 2 has been generated. Okay, Ian. My first day at the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. On the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling, I walk in, and right at the entrance there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? Then I get it. Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Ian. Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Jurassic Park movies. Jeff Goldblum. Dr. Sarabhai shows up smiling. We were trying to find a cool acronym back when the institute was founded, she says. Einen, IAPN, INAPNO. It all sounded stupid because we didn't just want to call it Ian because, well, that's a name. Then someone made a joke about calling it Jeff, and it kind of stuck, so we're officially called Ian. But if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name, I guess. I know, bloody geeks. Athena analysis. Novel's first sentence. She woke up in an impossible place knowing nothing. Signifies more than the beginning of another amnesia-based mystery, though we should not go so far as to read the entire work as allegory. Rather, while taking the science-fictional novus at the core of the narrative at face value, we should... something. Note 2. Having no inherent knowledge of the nature of the world, forced to rely on what we are told by others and what our own, subjective, flawed, limited senses tell us. Social reality belief and objective reality matter come into conflict. When in chapter 16, A Second Awakening in the Kingdom of Artemis, the protagonist questions her mentor on a more meaningful interpretation can only be achieved through synthesis of Note number 2 kinda resembles our own situation right now. No knowledge of the nature of the world, forced to rely on what Elohim tells us, and our own senses. Talos Principle. Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or as others say he was the creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze and had but one vein within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was ichor, such as flows in the veins of the gods. The loss of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. May we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or a toy, had all the essential properties of a man? He moved of his own volition, he spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, in the tale of the Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If, then, a machine may have all the properties of a man and act as a man, while driven only by the ingenious plan of its construction, and the interaction of its materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all schools of metaphysics, yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. Okay, we're done in this console. Pretty interesting read. Now it's time for some puzzle solving. Are there things here? Where does this go? That voice is not supposed to be here. It is not the work of the designer. We must avoid these abnormalities or they might spread and undermine the very fabric of our world. Something strange has come into the world, like a distortion, like something that's not supposed to exist. A beautiful voice speaks within it. Are these mentioning Elohim? I guess I can't go in the water.
In the beginning were the words.
Yes, I can't. The place looks nice though. What was that?